What up guys, it's Drop9 here, and I'm here to show you some cool Viper nades on attack side bind using her snake bite. Real quick though, I just want to cover something, a unique little tech with Viper's wall. So currently, if I pull out her wall, I can only, if you look at my mini map, I can only shoot it as far as the wall in front of me. However though, if I look at the sky, that distance greatly increases, which will help you create some very unique and helpful walls when taking sights on really any map, like this one.
Toxins going up.
Now that I've gotten that little tip out of the way, let's go on to some of the nades. So my first nade on attack is for this little box cubby area that sometimes people like to hide in, especially after you create your Viper wall like so. They like to sit in there, maybe try to push through, get some kills.
Toxin
So
screen
what you're
down.
going to do is go back to where you first lined up the wall, jump on this box, push yourself into this corner like so, and then on this silo you can see this darker gray like outline. You want to aim in the top right hand corner of that and left click. The grenade will bounce off the wall and land perfectly in the corner like so. Alright, my second nade on A site is for teleporter side U-Haul, where defenders get the early peek advantage for the left side. They have to hold in here, and they can really move in and out easily. And this was pretty simple, and it's placed right next to where you created that first wall like I showed. What you gotta do is just back yourself into this little corner here. Look at this little gray vent, top left-hand corner. Go straight up until you're between the two leaves, like so. Left click. Give it a second to land because it takes about 2 to 3 seconds to land. But then when it does, it covers this whole area, so he can't peek out on U-Haul. You have this wall already up on this side. This guy's stuck back in U-Haul, and it helps you gain control over what's in here. If you have a raise, she now has this person in a tight corridor where her nades can land easily, and it helps you get great control of U-Haul.
Toxin screen.
My last nade for Site A on bind is for this back corner over here where they have a tight angle on you coming up short A. So what you start with is on the left side of short A as an attacker. You're going to get in line with a little corner on this wall here. Look up. Find this gray little brick here, the top left hand corner. You're going to line it up. You're going to go straight across until you're on the left side of this silo. So you're going to left click. Nade should bounce slightly off wall and land completely flush in the corner, pushing this guy back to sight, helping you get better angles on him. Right, now off to B site. Now starting off with nades on B site, I like to use these in tandem with the same as a wall like I used on A. I prefer to block off the backside of B site, their tunnels, so they can't see my teammates coming out of hookah. This first one kind of requires that you've gotten long control. You push this guy back so you don't get seen. What you do, you jump onto this brick wall like so. Get into this corner on this fence post. You have this little satellite dish antenna here and the left side of this silo. You're going to try to line those up. And if you do it correctly, the nade should land perfectly in the back cubby over here. There is a way to get most of the cubby, but this one is where I find is best because it gets this guy out of the corner. He's forced to go back to sight, and you're only having to peek one angle instead of trying to watch both these angles coming to sight. For my next nade on B site, I usually have already thrown my cubby nade so that way I can get to the top of long without being killed or too much resistance. We have top of long control. We have IV control, so what you gotta do is get yourself into this corner next to this teleporter, find this white dot on this metal sheet, and you're gonna go straight up until you get in line with this top left hand corner of the same metal sheet, like so. And when you release this nade is for back elbow or tunnels, whichever you prefer to call it. I usually have a wall as well, but it'll help clear, so it lands in the middle here. You can do this a little better if you go a little more to the right. It'll land on this corner, but either way, they can't peek you. They're forced back into tunnels to help you gain sight control. For my last nade on B site on bind, I'm going to do back left of tube, so that way you only have to peek their CT spawn and maybe cubby or back right of tube. That way, your peeks are nice and easy. You're going to get in line with this corner. You're going to find this little pole, and this is kind of annoying, but it should be pretty loose, so pretty easy to land. You're gonna have to go straight up all the way until you get in line with this, I don't know what this is, a little tube right here. And you're going to left click like so. It's going to take it a second to land. A lot of these are straight up, but it should bounce off the back wall and land perfectly in this corner. So this guy can't peek you here. He can go inside the tube, but otherwise he has to peek you mostly backside as long as you approach, you know, short right. It's a lot harder for him to peek you. If you've enjoyed these nades, I plan on making an attack guide for each of the 3 maps so far, and then I will also work on a defender's guide. They're a little more difficult on retakes, but it can be equally as useful. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya.